All right, so guys, you'll have a similar question to what I've got on display here. So a class has 8 male students and 12 female students. A student is chosen at random and is removed from the classroom. Complete the two-step chance experiment, tree diagram below. Okay, so basically you have to uh, show what all of this is, and the first thing you must always do in these types of experiments is to obtain the total. Okay, now the total number of students is 8 plus 12. So we have a total of 20 students. That means that in this first section here, we have a total of 20 for both male and female students if we were to make a certain choice. Now we have to think, like, you can just focus on this space here for a second. Don't worry about the rest of what's going on here. But if you focus here, you can see that we need to find the probabilities of selecting a male. So that would go through this branch here. And the probability of selecting a female, which would come through this branch here. Okay, so if we look, the answer, apart from the total being the most important thing, which I'm sure you guys know how to do, the answer is pretty much with 8 male and 12 female. And you can just go ahead and fill them in like this. Okay, so 8 and 12. All right, so that's pretty much what you have to do in that first section there. But now, if we continue to read the question, as we move along the tree diagram like this, things change. Now, with the tree diagram, these represent successive events. Okay, so as you can see, as we traverse through each branch, we call this event. So, for example, this would be male and then male. This would be male and then female. If we do that again, male and then female. This would be female, then male, and female, and then female. Okay, so upon reading this second part here, it says a student is chosen at random and is removed from the classroom. So if you think about it, initially we have 20 students in total. That means that after we make a selection of either a male or a female, the total number of students left in the classroom will be 19 now. So the total in the second half will be 19. Okay, so this second half I'm talking about would be in this column here. So all of these will be out of 19. Okay. Now, I want you guys to start thinking about separate choices or different dimensions, however you can think of separating these two, but let's have a look at it this way. Now, in this green section up the top here, in the situation where I choose a male to be removed from the class, then we need to factor in the option of selecting a male and a female as the second choice in the green section here. I'm going to refer to this as a universe. So in the universe where we choose a male first, then we know that the total is brought down to 19, okay, as you can see. But there's also another thing that's brought down. Originally there are 8 males, but if I choose a male, going through this branch, if I choose a male and then reduce it by 1 male, then we no longer have 8 males, but we have 7 males instead. Okay, so as you can see, that changed the probability of the total number of males. Now, second to that, we didn't choose any females through this choice of male. So originally we had 12 females, and that will remain unchanged. So that will also become 12 over 19. So no change was made there. Okay, now another thing I want you to note, 7 plus 12 is 19. These sections like this, they must always add up to the total. Okay, so if they don't add up to the total, you've done something wrong. For example, if we look at this section, this first section, this is one section here. If we look, 8 plus 12 is the total here, which is 20. Okay, so that's another rule of probability to help you not make mistakes. Now, second to that, in the situation where we choose a female first, then again 20 goes down to 19 in total, so that's a given. But from 12 females, no males are affected, so the original number of 8 males will remain. So the original number of 8 males, that's going to stay there. So we have 8 out of 19 males. However, for the female, since we chose a female out of the 12 and removed her from the group, then for the second choice of females, we will only have 11 girls this time. So from 12, we've gone down to 11. Okay, and that's pretty much how you are expected to answer a problem like this. Now, if the question does extend, and this is important to know, if a question asks for the probability of male and then male, so male and then male, then what you do is you actually just take their probabilities and you multiply them together, like so. And then just put in the calculator to get your answer. You don't risk trying to work it out in your heads, just let your calculator do all the work, and it should be alright. Okay. And that can be simplified. Just use your calculator to do it for you. What about the case where it asks for a male and then a female? This would be, you just traverse through this. Now, keyword I said there was a male and then a female. That means male first and female different. But if a question says what is the probability of selecting a male and female, then you must also consider female and male in this situation. So in that case, what you would do is actually add up the probabilities of both of these, because there's one case where the male is chosen first, there's one case where the female is chosen first. So 8 out of 20 times 12 out of 19, that would be the probability of a male then a female chosen, and a female then a male chosen would be 12 out of 20 times 8 out of 19. Okay, and once again you can just put that into your calculator and work it out. So up here you will have 96 over 380, and similarly 96 out of 380. Okay, so to reiterate, if a question asks for the probability of selecting a male and a female, you would actually take both of these answers into consideration, add them together. Okay, and in the final case, probability of selecting two females, female then female, then you would go 12 out of 20 times 11 out of 19. Okay, and this one is pretty straightforward. 132 out of 380. Okay, and then just depending on the question, many scenarios can arise. For example, what if the question says was probably of selecting the same gender, then you'd actually add up probably of male male and the probability of female female. You'd actually add those results up.